Yeah. Okay, so I think we're live on Facebook now, you guys. Pepe, do you wanna and you wanna start and have everybody have the rest of the amateurs join us as they come in?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Well, this is the our first transmission. Oh, Maryland is coming on right now, and for us, we are right here with royalty. This is where everything begins. We are in times when we are going back to the basics. Well, uh, our amateur fighters, boxers, are our pride. We at the WBC at Los Angeles office, we have uh, tried to collaborate, to put attention, to make chances, fighting chances for the younger, because they are the future of boxing. Hey, Maryland.
Hi,
Thanks
Marilyn.
for joining. So this is the future of boxing. But this amateur boxing is so noble, so nice, so good, because as I've said several times, they fight for the right reason. That for pride, for the sport, for the love of the sport. Uh, because then in professional then comes other things, the business and fame and I don't know what. But amateur boxers do this for the only reason that boxing exists. And we are very, very proud of our champions here today. We're missing one still, but so Nancy, please introduce our champions.
Our champions, yeah, and definitely the future of boxing. You know, last year was a year of uncertainty, and we didn't know how to go about the office. But this week, Pepe and I were talking about how there's so much negativity out in the world right now, but it is our responsibility, our own responsibility, to bring positive into our lives. And as we were talking, the first thing that came to my mind was you guys, the amateurs, and the future, because I think of 2020, and um, Stephen is not here, but the four of you have stayed focused, have stayed in the gym, have stayed determined, have stayed training for whatever happens. So it is our honor, and you are our inspiration. Honestly, the future of boxing is in your hands, and we are so honored to have here today our I'm gonna do ladies first, Noah, if you don't mind. I'm gonna introduce first our elite champion, who obviously she's very well known, not only here in LA but around the world, because she is an amazing boxer. I can't wait to see everything she's gonna do. Iyana, also known as Roxy. Welcome, Roxy, to our first show here of WBC LA Presents. How are you?
I'm great. I feel honored to be part of the first WBC podcast or live on Facebook with as an amateur. I feel honored to be part of that, and thank you for this opportunity.
And we've seen you so busy, and we're gonna go back to that. I want to introduce everybody first, but we've seen you so busy. You know, even though we don't talk, we're watching, right, Pepe?
Yes.
We're
All
watching
the time.
you.
All the
We're
time.
always watching you guys. And
Yes.
Marilyn, the little superstar right here. Geez, I remember the day she won that green and gold belt. Her smile was priceless. Her story was inspiring. I never thought it would go as far as she took it. She is a light of sunshine, a ray of sunshine that brings positive to every room she comes. Welcome, Marilyn. How have you been? How are you?
Pretty good. Just keeping up with hard work, going to the gym. It all started at the WBC 4th annual. And I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. And next we have someone who just had a little surprise a couple of weeks ago, that around Christmas time, he won our last green belt challenge, if I'm not mistaken, which was in 2019, right, Noah?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been staying active with his parents at the Rock, and even if they close the gym, his dad built a gym in his backyard, and he stays busy every single day. Welcome, Noah. How have you been, and how are you liking those Grant gloves?
Been putting them to work. Really thankful for them. Thankful for being on this Zoom live with you guys. Really honored to have this opportunity.
And now
Doing
we
great.
have, our next guest.
How you guys doing? I apologize about the inconvenience of being late. I'm right here at the airport. How's everybody doing?
Oh no, look at him. He's always on the go.
Great to see you.
Likewise. How's everybody's afternoon?
We want to welcome you to the first episode of WBC LA Presents, and I was just introducing everyone here and saying how you guys have been staying active. How have you been, Stephen? We've seen you busy.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I've been staying active. Like I said before, boxing it's a lifestyle. It's not a seasonal sport, so there's no breaks in this sport. So I try to stay as active as I can. And yeah, I'm doing fine, staying ready. Yes, ma'am.
Pepe, you want to continue?
Yes, of course. I mean, I have a question. Most people ask always about how they got in the gym for the first time. But now I would like to ask every one of you, what do you see in boxing that makes it different from other sports that have you training and getting in the ring? What has boxing that other sports don't have? Anybody want to start?
The kids. Okay. I guess I'll start to break
Yeah,
the ice.
please.
So for me, boxing, it played a big part of my life. I've been my whole life pretty much since when I could walk, and boxing has really opened my eyes in the part of discipline, determination. It's helped me a lot. My mental state, well, not just physical, it was more about mental, and it's helped me become a better person. It's helped me become more respectful to people, and that's something that boxing is compared to other sports also too. It is a one-man sport. You have a team, yes, same as people playing soccer, football. They have other people to support each other, but it's very difficult as a boxer sometimes because your mental state, sometimes you can feel a little down, you can feel a little happy, but it's all within you. And that's something that boxing has, it's made me more independent in a way. I feel like it's helped me stay my ground. It's helped me stay disciplined as well in and outside the ring. And it's made me more humble, I believe.
Yeah, yes, totally. I understand that very well. Maryland,
I'll go.
your turn.
So I think boxing is a really jealous sport. It takes a lot of sacrifices. It's really different in the way that you're up in the ring and it's only you. It's only you fighting. You work so hard to go in the ring, and you're hungry, so you wanna win. And it also, like, it's hard to lose. No one likes losing. It's a really, like, it makes you learn. It's different from other sports in ways that if you're playing like football, it's a team sport. You all lose together. But in boxing, it's like if you lose, it hurts because it's like you trained so hard, all your sacrifices. And I think it's a beautiful sport overall. Just in the way that you have that like adrenaline, like when you get up in the ring and you fight, you know what you want, and you have goals you have that you want to achieve. Like you set goals in life as well. And overall, I think boxing is a wonderful sport. It makes you like learn a lot as well.
Who's next? Noah?
Similar to what Marilyn and Roxy said, it's I played two sports in my life. I've played boxing and soccer, and the difference between the two is like in soccer you have a team, like everyone supports you. If you're not doing as good as the other people, they could maybe they could carry your weight and they could help you. But in boxing, it's a one-man sport. It's all up to you what you want to do with it. Like Marison said, you're in the gym, you know what you want, you got to be hungry. So when you go up in that ring, it's all up to you. You just leave it out there.
You mind if I go now?
Yeah.
Yes,
so-
your turn.
Well, for me, boxing is a way of opportunity. Boxing gives many people a lot of opportunities. Just to learn off each other as well. Like I've said, me and my opponents, we uplift each other. Um, for me, boxing has uplifted me and my family. I know everybody has their own story, but there was a time where everything was looking pretty bad for me. But boxing opened up new doors and new paths for me. It set me on the right path, and my family. Um, and it's just love. The sport is just it's love to me. It's the way I get a meet new people. You know, yeah, it's just a beautiful. It's a beautiful sport overall. Yeah.
Yes, most of you, I mean, you all mentioned boxing being an individual. Just a couple of months ago, I did a documentary. I'm sorry, more than that. I did a documentary on with empty gyms, and when I was there, it was I had an impact because you always see the gym full of life, of happiness or struggle, or everybody training and a lot of movement. And to see empty gyms was quite an impact, because you never see that in these times. Professional boxing is making its comeback to the arenas, empty, most of them. We've seen some arenas with some people, but amateur boxing has really been suffering this lockdown that we are all going through in this year and a couple of months now. How do you guys keep active? What do you do to don't lose that the momentum, that everything that you have gained with all the training? What are you doing to stay in shape, in your form, in your weight,
And motivated. How do they stay motivated?
and motivated, of course?
Oh, do I go? So
Yeah.
we're gonna. Okay. So for me, COVID did make a really big impact on me because I was planning on all sorts of tournaments, all sorts of traveling I wanted to do. I wanted to travel to different states and countries just to even spar, and it closed down because of COVID. And there was a time where I was just mentally just like I was already down. The gyms were closed. I was training. Luckily for me, I was able to get into a gym, a private gym. Just the owner knew who I was, and I was able to get in because I was in Mexico for a while, for a couple months. So I was training out there for a while, and I was able to train. So it didn't really stop me, but I'm used to always having good energy around me, people happy in the gym. And it was hard because I was the only one, but it also helped me become a person that I wouldn't have to depend on other people just to make me happy. And it did like it for a while. I kind of did get a little depressed, but I was able to get myself out of it and pick myself out of it. And to impact, it made a big impact on amateur boxing. It did close a lot of doors for me, but it also opened a lot of new opportunities for me as well. So COVID wasn't such a bad thing for me in general because it has set back a couple things to help me prepare even better and be smarter for the next time and the next time I have a tournament. So for me, it's done me good because I was able to open new opportunities for me.
Yeah,
That's beautiful. It's like a blessing in disguise, right?
it is.
Mhm.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. No, you want to go? Doesn't matter.
I'll go.
All right.
As Nancy mentioned earlier, my dad, he built a little gym for me in the back. So like that, I've been staying active. He also has the keys to the gym as he works there. So that's also a big help. But for people that don't have that, it's really up to you. It's like you don't need a gym. You could go running. Depends how bad you want it. If you really want it, you'll find a way to stay active, to stay motivated, and keep that same mindset. It's like my dad was talking that a lot of these people right now, they're getting phone calls because fights are dropping and all this other stuff happening, that you just have to stay active, and you don't gotta you have to stay ready so you don't got to get ready, basically.
Can we get Noah, can we get a little feedback of what you felt when you got those gloves for Christmas? Because I know at least for 2 years, I knew that you wanted some, but they're very expensive, as you guys know. Those gloves are like, we got to tell the owner that his gloves are way too expensive. No, but how did you feel? Because we did see the video. You had a face like shocked, like you were speechless, but what were you feeling in your heart that your parents came through with that dream that you had?
It was crazy to me. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was in a dream. I thought I was about to wake up right now, like in the next 30 minutes. I couldn't believe it. It was awesome. It was really awesome. I know that my parents, they work super hard. They to get them. They people like you, Nancy, that help them. It was really amazing. I have really amazing people all around me, and I'm grateful for that.
Awesome. Now Marilyn or Stephen with Pepe's question about staying motivated through the pandemic.
I'd like to go. Yeah, through this pandemic, it really taught me how to be patient and how to motivate myself even more. Like I said, it was a bit of a challenge because I had to balance school. It was a big transition because they've been, or in my opinion, they've been adding more assignments for us now. So I had to be more mature, learn how to manage my time, and it just taught me how to be a young man. You know, I learned how to like Noah said, if you really want it, you gotta learn how to work with what you have. There's times where I couldn't go to the gym, but I'll go in my backyard. I'll tell my dad to put on the gloves, and we'll work with what we had. Just continue training hard with whatever you have. There's times where I wouldn't train, and I would run 5 to 6 miles and just shadow box for another 30 minutes. It teaches you how to motivate yourself. And it was a bit of a blessing. It was a weird way of seeing it that way, but yeah, I think it was a blessing for me.
Pepe, something tells me that this generation of boxers in the future are probably going to be the best, just because of the lessons that they learned through this pandemic, mentally.
I know.
Boxing as a mental sport.
Yes, and they have it very clear, and they have very how do you say the ¿cómo se dice la meta?
The goal.
Yes, the goal very but in its place. And I mean, what better than seeing them perform at the Greenbelt Challenge?
Yeah.
That to really appreciate what boxing, what a boxer is, how they live their life. And before I go on, I also want to thank the people involved in the Greenbelt Challenge, like USA Boxing, Mr. Sanders, Delilah, the whole team, the Sheriff's Department with Tony Campbell, and this wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for them. Yeah. And Rudy Tellez, who was the one that came up with the idea of starting the WBC Amateur.
Right.
And we're just very, very happy and proud to have the best representatives here right now with us.
Yes, definitely. Marilyn, do you want to go ahead with how you stayed motivated through the pandemic?
Yeah, so first of all, my parents got like COVID a while back. That's when I was like, it was hard for all of us because they couldn't work, and then bills. And that's what made me realize about like how COVID was serious. It's no joke. I think safety is first overall. Then we had the Team Maryland Boxing Club, and it was going good. We had like 25 kids there, just to get them out of the like gangs, drugs, violence, and make them have a different perspective of the sport. And later we had a lot of like stuff going on as well, like the tournaments that had been canceled, postponed. We were really looking forward to them, and we were like really ready, but since they postponed them, and then it was hard because we weren't getting refunds back. But I think safety is first overall. I still train with my coach, Casillas, and it's different. It's a different feeling just going to the gym and like not having a lot of people there. It's like you miss that, like the bags, hearing the bags. You miss the people like working out. Like it's just you hear the sound and it's lonely. It feels like really like it's hard, but also like shaking everyone's hand. It's really different. It's my coach also had problems with paying bills. It was to a point where he wasn't gonna be able to like maintain the gym no more, and we were blessed with like interviews as well, like the Rams, the LA Rams, and a lot of things happened. I'm really grateful. It's been really hard, but I think our health is first, and as long as we maintain ourselves active, it could be better.
Do you guys think that the hunger you had a year ago has doubled or tripled now because of all this time that you guys haven't competed?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. I do believe so. Yep. And may I add that I believe that each person that's in this group chat, were blessed with very great parents that were able to motivate us and guide us in the right path. I know I have very beautiful parents that work hard for me, and just yeah, I'm gonna get a little emotional, but yeah, I think we're all blessed with that.
And Pepe and I know your parents, and we agree with you. All four of you have amazing parents, and it's like they're fighting with you by your side, and seeing you guys grow up, or for example, when Mark Castro fought the other night on the Canelo card, I started crying. I started crying because he was one of our champions. I was like, oh my gosh. And I know
Like your
that
baby, like your baby's there.
yeah, when I see Noah, when I see Marilyn, when I see Roxy or Steven in that big stage, I know I'm gonna cry too, but hopefully there's no COVID, so I can be right there next to you guys, like in the audience, rooting you guys on. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, that hunger, I can only imagine. You guys probably want to get in the ring and forget about doing the points. You just probably want to knock people out now.
What about the relationship between you guys? In boxing, everybody sees two guys punching each other, and but at the end of the fight, they hug and they come back to being friends. We know many fights have been between friends. How does it feel to fight a friend, and what happens when you're in the fight? Because one thing is outside of the ring, but once you're facing a good friend, how do you guys feel about that?
I'll go first. I've actually fought, like, I fought 3 times with my friends, 2 with one of them and another one with one of my friends. And man, inside that square circle, it doesn't matter if they're your friends, if they're your brothers, or if they're your enemies. It's like you got to give it all you got after the fight, and that's different. You guys show the love and everything, but inside of that square circle, it doesn't matter who they are. You just got to go in there for the kill and try to knock their head off.
Yeah, I like to go next. I've fought a handful of my friends. Whether it's ended in with smiles or with frowns, but at the end of the day, I try to help them understand that it's just a way of uplifting each other and learning off each other. Um, like I said, boxing is a loving sport. It just, like I said, it's a way of learning from each other. I think it's a way of selling your differences and just making up afterwards. That's how I see it. And yeah.
Oh, I go. So I think sport. My parents taught me how to have sportsmanship. In terms that when you're up in the ring, it's like you're not friends because like you're both fighting for that one dream you guys have, and it's about who fights the hardest, or and then outside it's more like it's over. It's like you have to be kind, caring, and I think sportsmanship is key, because you're up in the ring and you're fighting. You both are hungry. You both want it, and then outside of the ring, it's like you did a good job. I think that's important as well in the sport.
For me, so as an older amateur, it's when I was younger, it didn't really matter if they were my friends, if they weren't my friends, because I didn't really, we were just all kids at the time. But as when you start getting older, you start to realize that a lot of, especially as a female, a lot of females tend to hold grudges, or they tend to feel a type of way. When you get older, a man's ego as well gets even bigger, and they're like, hey, I just lost. And they tend to not become friends with you after. But at the end of the day, we're all humans and we all have feelings. And I understand, but I try to be as friendly as I can. I tend to be friends with people I fought after the fight, because a lot, like when you're older, you have more fighters and there's more there's different people, so you don't really fight the same people. But a lot of them I tend to be friends with after. I'm a very friendly person, so for me, I never hold grudges. I never get angry at no one. If I lose, I lose. It's okay. I brush it off and on to the next one. But as when you get older, and you'll start to realize, especially for the younger ones as well, advice, you'll start to realize a lot of people sometimes seem like your friend, but they, that they just feel this type of way because you fought them in a certain way, or you won or you lost. So you just always keep your head up and try to be the better person. That's what I would say.
And if you don't mind me adding, there's times where when people lose, they tend to lose confidence, and I've seen that in a couple of my opponents. But I try to add a little bit of extra drive to their mindset. I try to add motivation to them. I tell them that they're feeling down. Let me be the reason why they drive even harder. Let me be your goal. Work hard so you could beat me, so we could have a better fight next time. It just I keep repeating it, but boxing is a way of showing love. Honestly, it really is. That's how I feel. I've been able to share the ring with Marilyn. I've been able to show her love that way. I've been able to share the ring with Noah. We've had fun in the ring as well. It's just a love. I think it's a loving sport. Honestly,
It
it's
really is.
amazing.
And boxing, when the amateurs is one thing, but when you're in the pros, these rivalries are probably the fights that get the most viewership. And Roxy, you're a good example of I'm not gonna say rivalry, but when you won your belt, your fight was from your match. I keep on forgetting to call it. What is it? Your bout with the girl from NGBA. That was promoted
Yes.
like a fight, and I'll never forget the atmosphere that day. Do you remember, Pepe?
Oh, of
It was
course.
like we
Oh,
were at a real fight. Like people, it was crazy. I loved it. Didn't it feel that way though, Roxy?
Yes, it was, because she had a really big team behind her and I had a really big team behind me. And the thing about it, it was actually shown like a pro fight. Like there was a lot of people there, a lot of support, and it really got me a little too excited too, because it made me fight a little different in the ring. But I really love the atmosphere. I felt like a pro fight for me. And the crazy thing is me and her are good friends now at the end of the day. And now she's my sparring partner at times. So
Wow.
that's the crazy part about it. Now she's my sparring partner and I help her and she helps me. So I loved it. It was something that I would love to do again. It's something I look forward to. I like watching the WBC, the amateurs as well. I like to see them win the green belts and feel special, like it's a pro fight. And that's what I really like about the WBC tournament. It feels like you're in a real pro fight. It's preparing you, I guess you would say, for the pros in a way.
Yeah, in a way. When you say it made you fight differently, did it get you a little too excited that you were just going at it just
For
aggressively?
me, I mean, I fought with my skill. I fought the way I usually fight, but I did get a little too excited. I felt like a lot of adrenaline in me that I needed to calm down, but I was able to do that in the second round. I was able to calm down, but it was just because I was finally fighting in Los Angeles, which I hadn't have fought in Los Angeles or in Whittier, that area, since I was about 10 years old. So it was something big for my family as well, because I didn't fight in California for a really long time. I was always traveling to nationals, different states. So to be able to get the opportunity and fight in my hometown, it was something in my home, my city. I felt really good that I was able to fight here.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you hadn't fought And I think that's the great thing about the Green Belt Challenge, that all your friends and family can go free of charge, which is something, we want to continue. And we really, like I was talking to Lena yesterday, who's part of our Green Belt Challenge team. And we want to keep it that way, and like Pepe said, we talked this week, even though LA hasn't opened, we're already going to start our Green Belt Challenge meetings. We're going to start planning for the 6th annual Green Belt Challenge. And depending on the next 2 months, the way California is going, we'll have it here. But we're probably going to be open to Nevada or Arizona if that opens, right, Pepe? At some
Yes.
point. Yeah.
Yes, we for us it's very important to keep this this dream that we all have, the support for the young boxers, because they I don't know if you all are have the intention of making a career out of boxing, and turning pro when the time comes. But for us, it's very important to have the support. We are now, with the thanks to USA Boxing President Tyson Lee and Mauricio, my brother, have been talking, because WBC is instituting for real the WBC Amateur Program, which brings everything the professionals get. Like the revision of the safety and education and protection and better opportunities, and just bringing all the studies, all the work that has gone into professional boxing now to support the amateurs. For us is very important, because you are the seed of the future. Well, I mean, you are the future right now, but I mean, you are the seed of a sport that has a longer time span. So for us, it's very important to have you compete as safe as possible in a friendly environment, with equal opportunities, with the support of the family, which is one of the best things that we've seen in our shows. And so this we're looking very much forward to really going forward with our program, because we have a lot of things to do for the amateurs.
And I wanna ask them individually, and I'll start with Roxy. You've been doing this, like you said, your whole life. You're very lucky. Your mom is so dedicated. I think she's even like doing like nutrition for professional fighters. But I think Carlos told us, right, Pepe?
Uh-huh.
I think that your mom was doing his food or something. So you're lucky because
Yes.
you get all these things. But um, has boxing stopped you from anything that you could enjoy, like proms and going out with friends? Is it something? Is the sacrifice worth it for you?
Mm-hmm.
Something that you have
So
to.
yes, boxing did make me miss a lot of things in high school. I was actually homeschooled for about a year when I was going to world championships and when I was traveling. At the time of the WBC tournament, I was actually homeschooled at the time. I was it was very hard for me for my education as well. I graduated, I got my diploma and everything, but it did sacrifice a lot of boxing sacrifice. But at the end of the day, it was worth it because I was traveling the world. I was meeting new people, different styles of boxing. I was traveling, I was getting more experience. And for that, it exposed me to a lot more boxing. And it's helped me a lot. I really, at the end of the day, I do not regret it because all that stuff, it would have just been temporary. Boxing is something that you learn as you go. And if I would have just went to, like, for example, homecoming, luckily for me, I was able to go to prom, but I did miss a lot of homecoming games, football games, but that was just temporary fun, and in the long run, boxing will pay off. And that's what it's patient. Boxing is a very patient sport because you know, one day something bad can happen, God forbid, but boxing can be over for you. It's a very also cruel sport. Some people, they had big dreams and something happened, but also too, people wait and they train, they work hard, and it will pay off in the long run. And as for my mother, you know, she's a single mother, and she's done a lot for me, including my nutrition, including training me as well, including being my mom, being there for me when it's out of boxing. It's a lot of work for her, and I take my hat off to her because she's done a lot for me, and I really appreciate her. All these tournaments I wouldn't be able to get to, because if she wasn't there, I wouldn't be able to. I probably wouldn't be in the level I am now, not because of her. And it's funny because when Carlos was doing the interview, I was actually in the background. I was hearing the conversation, and it's cool that it's amazing that I could be on the show the next, it's been 2 weeks, I believe. It's pretty cool how I'm on the podcast now with Pepe and Nancy.
Of course. But you know, you hit it right on the nail, because I didn't ask the question correctly, but the level of maturity that fighters have, boxers, and I don't want to compare because everybody's different, but it's beyond your age. It's beyond your age because you're exposed to so much around the world, and you the discipline, everything. And I know you agree with me, Pepe, when I say the amateurs, their maturity level compared to, and I hate to compare it to my kids, but yeah, you know, like you guys are like over here, and you know, they just, you know, it's different. It's different. Boxing is a lifestyle. Boxing is a lifestyle, but it really does help you grow in so many levels. And you hit it right on the nail saying that, Roxy. Thank you. Thank you.
Who's next?
I'd like to go, Nick.
Yeah, please.
Like Roxy said, these sacrifices do pay off, you know. My dad's always told me that pain is temporary, but failure is forever. That's what I've been told since I can remember beginning to box. I apologize, I disconnected. Yeah. Since I can remember beginning to box, there's been times where I had to miss school events, like homecoming games, things like that. But that would never be able to compare the feeling of when you're in the ring and they raise your hand and they call out your name as the winner. That's something that's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. You know, instead of having a home, let's say a party for a few hours, this is something that's surreal that no one could take away from me. So I do think these sacrifices do pay off.
Definitely.
I'll go next. Yeah. So I go to a school in Colorado Springs called Fountain Valley. And let me tell you, at first I was like, okay, yeah, like it's gonna be a break, it's gonna be really fun. But while I was there, I was like Nancy said, boxing is a lifestyle. I was thinking, and I was like, I'm ready to do sparring, I'm ready to work out, because like over there, COVID, you can't get out of campus. So all you got is just running and doing shadow boxing, but it's not the same thing. It's like I know what I was there for my education, because I think boxing and education is just, they go by the hand. As well as sports and education, they're really important. But it's just like, I feel like sacrifices do pay off in so many ways. There's been times where I'm at weigh-ins and like, damn, I want to eat like a Big Mac or a cake, but you can't because like you have to give weight. And but like Steven said, once they raise your hand and you know that our hard work has paid off, you're at the gym and you have to lose weight and there's someone eating like an ice cream there. You want to like might as well just give up, you know, like why not just eat it? It might be so good, but no, it's like, you know what you want. And I think that you should keep that in your head to always accomplish your goals and stay focused no matter what. It's going to be hard. There's going to be it's never going to be a clear path. There's always going to be a lot of obstacles that are going to try to stop you, but I think that if you want something, you should definitely go for it no matter what it takes.
And I think everyone agrees that those sacrifices is what puts you on the champion side. Like that, the sacrifices is what makes you a champion, and you appreciate it so much. Like Ryan Garcia, when he won, what was it, last Saturday, or I don't even, was it last Saturday? I'm lost in my days. His face said it all. You know, every single sacrifice, and yeah, sacrifices is what makes champions. Noah?
Yes, definitely. I think the sacrifice is worth it. For me, I've had birthdays where it's like they'll buy me a cake. I'm like, can't eat it. I've had times where we have to work out every like Christmas, Thanksgiving, big parties that we have. I can't eat what I want, but I feel like all that pain that you go through, all the training, it all adds up because there's nothing better than winning. It's like when they call your name, like Steven said, of you being the winner, it's like nothing else adds up to that. Like everything is like not even close to that. It's like the best feeling in the world. And I feel like, just like my dad tells me, he's like, what you put in is what you're gonna get out of it. So if you put in the hard work every day, it's gonna pay off. It's not, if you're just BSing in the gym, you're not doing what you're supposed to, you can't expect good outcomes. And yeah, basically you just gotta sacrifice if you really want it. It's up to you.
Yes, most definitely. Noah, I want to send a shout out to some people leaving comments on Facebook. Álvaro desde España manda saludos to all of you. Garcia, congratulations to all these young athletes and their accomplishments at such an early age. Big shout out to Noah. Ray, Team Maryland. Your mom said, okay, I'm missing some comments here. Hold on. Okay, Charlie Hall. Saludos, tío Pepe. Saludos, tío Pepe. Gloria Alvarado, I think that's your mom. No?
Yes.
Yeah. Boxing is a year-round sport, so it's important to stay ready and focused. WBC es todo un ejemplo. Enhorabuena por todo lo que hacen con este deporte y la sociedad. Marisol Farias tells Roxy, wow, very wise young lady. I agree. All of you are. Such disciplined and inspiring athletes. Sergio Estrada, amazing athletes that deserve everyone's support. They sacrifice their childhood to become athletes. Very commendable. I agree with Sergio as well. There's a lot of shout outs to you, Noah. There's a lot of discipline, and shout out to Lena Baker, who's part of our Greenbelt Challenge. You guys might see her running around yelling at me sometimes. But as you guys know, and probably Roxy, you're more familiar with this, a lot of the amateurs are having a difficult time with depression because of COVID, and I want each of you to send them a message, a short message, like 1 or 2 sentences, inspiring them, helping them not feel that way, giving them some type of hope.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to start? Nobody wants to send an inspiring message.
I like to say that pain is temporary. It really is. It could last for 3 seconds, maybe even a year, but once you get to overcome that pain, the success that you'll get will be just unbearable. It'll be beautiful. I'll tell you guys that. Like what Noah said, I haven't ate my cake for my birthday since I started boxing. It's been about 6 years, but it all pays off. I mean, I feel healthy and I have a pretty decent body. So yeah, like I said, pain is temporary, guys. Just continue grinding, staying strong for the ones you love, honestly. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
I'll eat the cake for your birthday.
The funny part is my mom doesn't stop buying it for me.
Your mom wants that picture of you blowing out the candles, you know?
Yeah.
I could go next. What I would tell them is that this is temporary. To stay strong, keep yourself busy, if that helps. And just to let them know that they're not in this together. There's a lot of more people out there who are out there supporting them. And like Team Maryland always says, we're all in this together. No one is going behind them. If you're like, stay strong with your family. They will help you. Also talk to your parents if you're sad. Doesn't matter, because COVID is hard. You can't really go outside right now because everyone's wearing masks. You can't do the same things as always, but there's always your family who's always there, proud of you, and they want the best for you. So if you need anyone to talk to your parents, because they will always be there to support you and give you that unconditional love they give you always. And to let them know that they're not alone. There's always people out there supporting them, loving them. You're always loved, and love yourself as well. Because every human, I think, it's perfect in my eyes.
Yes.
So true. Roxy or Noah?
I'll go. Yeah, just keep working, just stay in the gym, just do it for your loved ones, do it. Really think about what you're doing the sport for, not to just do it. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. Like my dad says, if you're gonna do it all the way. If not, then just don't do it. You're wasting your time. Just stay focused, just grind, and just keep grinding, do it. Talk to your parents, like Marilyn said, if you need it. Anything that you need help with, just talk to the people around you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just keep grinding in the gym.
What I would like to say is, pandemic or not, I would say you as yourself as a person know you better. You know yourself more than anyone else can. And with that being said, you know, you want to be there mentally and also your soul, and everything else will flow. Everything else will be just fine, just physically and mentally. Just help yourself in a better way. Change your scenery, change something. If you don't like it this way, you could change it another way. Try to go around it. I'm not saying you have to stay there and fight against it. Try to go around it. Like my mom said one time when I had lost and when I was going through it, she said, you know, I'm not saying to get over it, just get around it. So that's what I'm saying as well too. I'm passing the message. You don't need to get over it, but just go around it and keep on moving, because the years are gonna go by and it's gonna catch up to you. So just work hard. It all pay off. That's what I like to say.
And those
Yeah,
are some
and
wise words, because honestly, you get stuck there. You know, you can get stuck there for a really long time. So
Mhm.
yeah, you're right. Go around it, right? Pepe, you're good at that type of advice.
Mhm.
Well, you know, in regards to this, I want to mention Charlie Hall, mi sobrino Carlitos, who just sent a message. He does an amazing work. He's pure heart. He's an anti-bullying ambassador, and he's always 100% for the kids that have problems, not only with bullying, but also that deal with depression and the pressures of of their age. And he's a kid. He doesn't work, but he takes his allowance from his pocket to help people. You know, he has a phone line, and he's really, we're very proud of the work he does. You know, he works more than an adult, and he works with and for the kids, for the young. And so, it's my admiration and my greatest love for this, for Charlie, who does a lot for boxing and kids in boxing.
Charlie is a leader, just like every one of you. Every one of you, yeah, you're amateurs. This is the sport, but what you don't know, that in this era that we live in right now, you're an inspiration to the people, not only the younger people, but people our age, people around the world, because of social media, because the sport, how humble boxing is. Each one of you inspire someone. So you have to be really careful with your social media. You have to be really careful with choices that you make, because believe it or not, eyes are on you. Like I said, We might not talk every day, but we're watching you guys. Why? Because we care for you. You're our champions, you're our amateurs, so we want to see where you're going. So I know that I haven't had to call up Noah or Marilyn or Steven or Roxy and say, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? Because they're going the right path. Because believe me, if I see you guys doing something crazy, I will get a hold of you. I will. And if you see me doing something crazy, you can get a hold of me too. Or Pepe. Pepe's the bad one. Ay, Pepe, ¿qué vamos a hacer con usted?
Yeah, I have a question. You know, everybody talks about the difference between amateur boxing and professional boxing, and that they're two different sports and blah, 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 blah. But what about in the gym? Is it the same training for an amateur than a professional? Because, you know, for us outside of the ropes, you know, we see punches and we see exercises, but, you know, we really can't tell the difference. Is there a difference in how a professional trains compared to an amateur training?
I don't think there should be a big transition from training in the amateurs to training to the pros. You know, I use Lomachenko as an example. His amateur tactics have taken them to a very high level at a fast pace. You know, he got high rankings with only, well, I believe he won a title with only three fights, if I'm not mistaken. But just little things like that they just let me know that you got to use what you've learned from the amateurs and put it in to the pros. And if there's any adjustments that you can make, then you make those adjustments down the road. So I don't think there should be that much you should change. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll go. For me, I would say honestly, the only biggest part about it is obviously the headgear and then the glove size. I would say you would have to get used to just that feeling of being with no headgear, no protection, and smaller gloves, and just the rounds also too, the 12 rounds. I think that's the only difference. But when we're training, I believe it also depends on your coach, on how your coach wants to train you, because everyone has a coach and their styles are different. Lomachenko style is different. Manny Pacquiao, he throws a lot of punches. You know, that's like an amateur. I would say it's more of an amateur style, but it's made him who he is now. And the only thing I would say about amateurs, it is a faster pace because it's only 3 rounds. I would say it's just a faster pace and faster movement. And pros, you're more relaxed. I've seen it in the gym too. They're more relaxed, but at the end of the day, it's your style, the way you fight, and the way your coach is training you. That's what I would believe.
Yeah.
I'll go next. So I think that all fighters, if they're hungry, they'll work out the same way. They'll put a lot of effort. Like Roxy said, the only thing that should change is like the sparring, because it's different from amateur to pro. But I think that all fighters, if they really want something, they're gonna work their butt off. It's like nationals. If we're getting ready for nationals, we work hard. We work because we want to win, as well as professionals. If they're fighting for a title, they'll work out a lot as well. But I think all fighters, just the style, but it all depends on themselves. If they really want something, they're gonna train hard for it. And I think it goes the same to all the kids from amateurs.
For me, I don't think there's like a big difference. I feel like the only thing is that as a pro, you start getting to a higher level. You start going more rounds, and I think like the only thing that should probably go up is maybe the amount of road work you do every day. So start implementing more miles, getting more stronger, getting more like a little bit more weights, maybe like just to get more stronger. But everything else, like you just got to keep that same mindset, keep grinding. And yeah, the smaller gloves, it's not so much you have to change, but as you go on, you meet more people, and you know, you might not copy their style, but you could implement more styles to make yourself better than them, basically. But yeah, I don't think there's too much of a difference, just just basically what I said.
You know how they talk about, well, some people like the Triple G Mexican style boxing. The Los Angeles area has become to me, for me, the capital of boxing in the not only in the States but in the world. Do you think that a California style is developing? Do you think that is possible, or is it happening, or what do you think about this? Is there like a California style of boxing?
Like, are people afraid to fight the Southern California amateurs?
Yeah.
I think that's what you
They're
want to
tough.
say.
I mean, everybody knows that sparring in California is, oh my god, it's it's tough.
I don't think there's a California style. I just think since California we have so many gyms, we don't have one-dimensional fighters, which makes them very smart in the ring, which allows them to adjust. So I think that's what makes California slash LA so strong. Just due to the fact that we get good experience, not even going to another state. You know, because a lot of fighters they like to come here to start training camp or just things like that. So we're open to a lot of different things. So I think that's why California is so strong and smart. So I don't think there's California style. No, sir.
I want to add on to Steven. I think every fighter has their unique way of fighting, and that's what makes us really special. That not every fighter is the same. Every fighter has a different way of fighting. Either whether it's fighting with a lefty or a righty, it's like unique.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I have my flight. I just want to say thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to be in the Zoom. I'm blessed to be a part of this WBC Greenbelt Challenge. It's amazing. It's giving me a taste of my future because it just to have that belt around your waist or around your shoulder, it helps me drive and train even harder. But thank you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Have a
Champion,
safe
thank you very
flight,
much.
Steven.
Have a
Have
safe
a
Bye, Steven. Have a safe
Have a
flight.
safe,
Thank you.
have a safe trip. Bye.
bye. Okay.
So for me, I would say California. Like for many years, I'm sure Pepe and Nancy have noticed that California is one of the most feared states. While you're fighting, oh, I'm fighting California. A lot of times it'd be Texas because Texas has a lot of people as well. But I would say California, everyone has their own styles, but California does, in a way, kind of have a similar type of training or a similar type of the way they move. But there is, because you can tell when someone's from California. I don't know if that sounds crazy, but I can tell when someone's from California. I can tell when they're from up in the Bay or they're down over here in LA. There's just so many. It's populated here, and a lot of people from all over the states and all over the countries, they come to Los Angeles because they want the work of California. If for example, California, it's a place for boxing. I think it's one of the best places for boxing to be if you want to start training, if you want to become a world champion. It is a great place because no one would be coming here if it wasn't good. There's a lot of states, a lot of people, oh, I don't go over there to spar. I'd rather come to California because you have many options, different all the way up and all the way down. California is a big state, and I do believe that they do have something special about California that everyone likes to come over here, and that's what I feel about how California is, and I think it is the home of boxing.
Yes, definitely.
For me, I don't feel like California has like their own style of boxing. I just feel like California is on the map. Everybody knows Los Angeles. Everybody knows that the work is at Los Angeles. I sport kids from San Antonio, Arizona, Chicago, Nevada, and I know a lot of people that come to get the work in LA. A lot of people know that in LA it's a lot of hard work. A lot of people know that the people from LA are just different, and every fighter is different. Not everybody trains the same. There's different coaches, different people work on different stuff, and there's a lot of different opinions. And also in LA, you see a lot of people, like when you go to different states, a lot of people they're like more like they come as one. In California, there's a lot of gyms. There's like a lot of more like people. Like when we went to nationals, it was different. It wasn't like California wasn't one. Everybody was like their own gym, their own like everything. California is just like very populated, and there's just like a lot of gyms over here. And yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So California is not united? Or what do you mean? What do you mean, Noah?
kind of
There's a lot of rivalries within the gyms.
different gyms. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that could be a good thing because honestly, a sparring session in LA is a show in itself. Like everybody, it's not just your trainers. No, you have like an audience when there's sparring sessions here in LA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people-
I mean, I love going to sparrings, definitely. And uh, Roxy,
like the Chinese movies. You know, one gym goes to another. Let's have a tournament.
yeah, why not? Why not?
Like the
And I
Chinese
think like
movies.
I think it's like not that only, but the like so if they're sparring, for example, Roxy and the NGBA girl, it's like I think in the boxing world we know them both. So it's more like, oh wow, like I know her and I know her. It's like so it makes it more interesting, I think. And it's just the same thing with sparring. It's like if your gym goes to another gym that people know, it's like, oh look, it's that gym going versus that gym. It in a way it's like we all train with also like different coaches. I don't think we try out with different coaches. We don't just stick to our coach. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for example, Roxy, sometimes she doesn't just train with Gloria. She tries out with other coaches as well to get a touch as well.
I've seen her with Sam too. I think one time I saw Sam in your corner, right? Sam Contreras.
So yeah, my mom is my main trainer, but also too, my mom doesn't have 10 eyes, or she doesn't have a bunch of eyes to see different things. So me and my mom always talk about that, you know, she is my main trainer, but also too, we like to get different opinions from different people, because if you're hearing the same thing over, it's going to go through one ear out the other. So, and for me, it also helps me too. Sometimes if I hear another coach say the same thing my mom said, but I didn't hear my mom say it, I heard the coach say it. That happens a lot because I'm so used to hearing it, you stop hearing it. So, you know, me and my mom talk about that, and we also like to have different people in our corner sometimes, you know, just because sometimes she is my mom, and I could see me and her both, we have that emotion in us because she is my mother at the end of the day. So you can see a little bit more emotion in them. And sometimes, I don't know if you guys notice, sometimes she likes to sit outside of the ring, like on the giving me water, and she still tells me what to do, and she tells the other coach what to tell me, but it's just, you hear it differently from other coaches. And that's what Marilyn was saying. I have to going to different gyms, you know, just to see different things, different styles. I like to see different, I don't like to also stay in the same gym. I mean, I have my home gym, but I like to just spar in different gyms just to see like how they're training, what they're doing. And yeah, she's right. Like you hear it over and over again. You won't get it in your head unless someone else is saying the exact same thing.
It becomes like a broken record. And honestly, I feel like that's the smartest thing anybody can do. And Carlos Valderas is a great example of that. He just told us that a couple of weeks ago. Remember, Pepe? In the interview, you probably heard Roxy, because to have different people give you constructive criticism is the best thing for any athlete, because it's only going to make you better.
Yes, exactly.
So that's a great answer. That's a great thing that you saw, Marilyn. You know, that you see these things in Roxy. Do you look up to her? I mean, you're younger than her. Is Roxy someone you look up to?
Yeah, I do. Roxy is like, she's so humble. Like, my family loves her. Every time she fights, we're like, oh, get ready, Roxy's fighting. Like, if I'm fighting and then she's fighting, I'm like, okay, let's go see Roxy, because she's just that humble. She's so amazing. It's like she knows what she wants, and you could tell right by like looking at her. And the way she fights, she puts her heart into the ring. She's a champion.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it.
I think you saw her fighting in Texas, right, Pepe, when you went with the president, with the USA Boxing president?
Yes. Yeah. It was in Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noah, after Noah, when this starts, you know, opening up and calming down, I'm gonna go train with you.
He's been telling Noah. He's been telling me
No,
year.
this is for real. Now I will. I mean, I need to lose this belly. Oh my God, this.
I know. Me.
So I need you show me some moves.
Yes.
Because The Rock is the closest gym that I have, so
Yeah.
I'll be there.
We
Yeah,
gotta
you're
see
welcome.
Pepe
Always
shoe
welcome.
striking, like really like Ryan Garcia style. I have before we end, I do want to ask you guys to say two things. One is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I say 5 years because I know some of you want to go to the Olympics, and so that's why I'm skipping more. And the other thing that I want you guys to give your parents a message that maybe you haven't been able to tell them. Tell them now, to give them a message that comes from your heart.
I'll go first. So I see myself in 5 years, not only boxing, but as well as in education. I see myself becoming part of Team USA, going to the Olympics, then opening my boxing gym for Team Maryland, helping kids in my community, inspiring a lot of kids as well, so they could have a different perspective. Also taking kids to nationals so they could have experience the same feelings I do when I head to nationals. Just that new feeling of, winning and losing, so they know the difference. And then I want to tell my parents, thank you guys so much for working so hard. I know this pandemic has been really hard. There's not a lot of work for many parents, but you guys in particular, you guys amaze me every day. You come back tired and you still manage to take me to the gym or train with me. And I think me and my sisters are really blessed to have parents like you guys, because without them, I wouldn't be in the spot I am right now, neither my sisters. And I love my dad and my mom. They're like my best friends aside from my parents, but I love you guys so much. And I just want to give you I can't show how grateful I am, because no matter what I do, I just want to show you I love you. It's a hug and a kiss, but I want to show you more than that. And I want to make you guys proud. And thank you guys for everything you have taught me. I love you guys.
That's a beautiful message. And let me tell you, Marilyn, that never ends, because I still want to make my parents proud. I'm still wondering, are they proud? Am I making them proud? So that's never going to end. You're always going to want to make your parents proud, right, Pepe?
Yeah, of course. Yes, definitely.
Roxy.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think froze. So what I want to do in the next 5 years, I'm already older. I'm about to be 20 this year, actually in September. So for me, things didn't go as planned in December, like how I had planned, but I have something big coming up very soon. Very, very, very soon. Tengo algo grande, and I'm very excited to share the news with people. I won't say it yet because it's not fully there, but I am doing something within this year, something good. And I feel like that's going to open a lot more doors for me in a lot of different communities, not just in the United States. That's just to say that. I want to open doors for a lot of people. And in the next 5 years, I see myself as a role model, empowering women, empowering men too, all ages. I feel like boxing is something that a lot of people should get to know, and I want to open doors, and I want to spread boxing out. For example, like Ryan Garcia, a lot of people know him, and he's made people open their eyes into boxing, and a lot more people watch boxing because of him. And I want to do the same thing, but as a female, and for young women that are also too, when you get older, you start to realize there's a lot of domestic violence as well. And I want to open a gym and build a community for a lot of females that are going through that as well. And just in general, I just want to make people happier, and I want to be able to be a role model to people. And a message for my mom in particularly, because she is, she's my trainer, she's my mom, she's my nutritionist. As a young adult and a teenager, you tend to fall onto a different track. You start not to talk to your mom as much, or your dad. You start not to talk to them. You start not to tell them about things because you're going through that stage in your life. Marilyn, soon you will. And Noah, you guys will start to realize it when you get older as a teenager. You're going to start, being a little more quiet, giving them more attitude. Because I know my mom goes through that with me all the time till this day. And I just want to say, like, thank you for putting up with me, and going through my hormones in my teenager. Thank you for everything you've done. You've opened a lot of doors for me. She's not stopped. Like, I have a dream and she's going for it. She's going for it. And one door closes, she opens another one for me. She's like, you know what? We're not stopping here. We're going to keep going. Like she says, you don't need to get over it, get around it. And that's something I carry on with myself a lot. And I thank her so much for everything she's done, like everything from money wise. We struggled a lot, especially living in Los Angeles. It is very difficult. It's expensive here. Everything's all together. Everything's fast. And with her, she talks to me about certain things. She's helped me a lot, and I appreciate her for that. And I want to thank also WBC Boxing and you guys, Pepe and Nancy, for putting me on this show, and I really appreciate it. And my phone froze, and I really appreciate it, guys, so much. And that's what I'd like to say.
Let me tell you, Roxy, that you don't have to wait 5 years. You're already a role model. So many of us, and you have me crying, which sucks because I'm looking at my tears. Pepe's laughing. Pepe laughs when I cry. But you're already a role model. I love everything that you're doing, and please know that you can count on our office. You can count on Pepe. You can count on me. If you need any support, you or your mom, as far as anything that I can do to help, your mom has my number. Please know that I'm there whenever you guys need me. I like to feel needed, so if you need me, I'll be there.
Thank you so much.
And we look forward to your big surprise.
Yes.
Noah?
In 5 years for me, I see myself, staying in the gym, staying dedicated, staying motivated, still training, hopefully being on Team USA, like Marilyn said, trying to make the Olympics for 2024 or 2028. Also, Marilyn said, education is a big part of it. My parents, they won't let me, make any big things in boxing, like say go pro or any of that stuff. If I'm not good in my education, my dad tells me I can't go pro if I'm not in college. So for them, boxing isn't like our main priority. For me, it's school, because it's like you never know if boxing's gonna be the only way for you. What if something wrong happened, and you always have a backup plan to help you instead of boxing. And the message I like to give to my parents is that this past year I haven't been the greatest. It's been like kind of on and off, but they've been continuously, I think it's like something like that. But they've continued to show me love. They've continued to support me. They love me, my whole family around me, but especially my parents. They just haven't gave up on me. This past year, I was kind of falling off, and then like in the past 3 months, they've been pushing me to like kind of get back on track, and I'm training again. I'm doing better, and just thank them. I wouldn't be here without them. I love them.
That's beautiful. All of you had a beautiful message. I wish we would have had Steven, but we don't. But this time spent with you guys, my mind is always going with ideas, and I really hope that through the amateurs and maybe the older amateurs, and Pepe, maybe we can brainstorm on this, but making like a support group where we can meet like once a month or something, and help out amateurs that maybe they need a little hope or a little advice. And you guys would be great ambassadors, just like I told Carlos a couple weeks ago, and Carlos definitely said that he would want to help out the amateurs in that way. And I really hope that you guys, once we figure out where we want to go with this, you guys can be a part of it as well, because I mean, come on, you're inspiring me right now. I want to go out there and run. Hi, Coach G. We see you.
Hi.
How proud are you of your daughter?
Beyond proud. She's my role model, it's not easy for these kids to wake up and hear their parents in their ear, get up and run, get up, and it's 30, 40 degrees outside and they're still doing the thing, you know? So Marilyn's my hero.
I know you're a huge fan of Marilyn. Marilyn has a lot of fans, and that's why I tell you guys, you know, as a PR, even though I haven't done PR in the last year because nobody needs it right now, you know, just be careful, you guys. Be careful with your social media, because there's so many people that look up to you. You're inspiring people. Keep doing that, because that's what this world needs. The world needs people like you, to be showing them the positive side of life. And I know Pepe's all about positive. He hates it when I do posts that are sad. Like, he'll call me, and why did you post that, Nancy? You know, why are you crying? Why are you crying? So right, look at him. He already knows. I know. So keep doing your thing. We really support you guys. We love you, and know that each one of you have our support 100%. Pepe, do you have a message for the amateurs?
Yes, of course. I mean, you are our pride. You are our reason for working, for, you know, start planning the future. We are excited about you know what's coming for the amateurs. We are working for you. We really want to help. We support you. And in this, you know, of course, this difficult times that we're living, nobody really knows what's happening. You know, the vaccines and antibodies and I don't know what. You know, the only thing we can do is take care of ourselves. If you take care of yourself, you're going to take care of everybody. You know, this thing is real. You know, at the beginning last year, you know, a lot of people had doubts, even me. You know, I think they're exaggerating. No. I mean, it's real. But the best medicine there is never to be afraid. Always be happy. That is, you know, that keeps you going. That keeps your immune system really strong. Besides vitamin D and C and zinc, but you know, if you take care of yourself, you're gonna take care of everybody. You're gonna take care of your family. You're gonna take care of your friends. So never expect anybody else to take care. Take care of yourself first, and then you know you will see that we're gonna make a change for a better world. You know, things are happening for a reason. The world was going into I don't know, a turmoil, into I don't know what. You know, so much greed, so much, I don't know, million things that you can say. And with this pandemic is showing us that we count as an individual, and as an individual, we are the only thing that exists. That's why I insist, be happy, protect yourself, because that then it'll go to everybody. So never be afraid. Be careful. Don't spread anything. Keep all the precautions, you know, the face mask. I know, I mean, remember, the face mask only covers half. We still have the eye contact. And as many people say, this is the portal of the soul, of your inner personality. So you know, we still have eyes. We still have eye contact to keep human. A lot of people talk about, you know, being stranded and being I don't know what. But no. Let's be positive. Let's be happy. Let's help when we can. But help yourself first. Keep healthy and happy. And I'm so proud of you, and always in your corner. This is something that we've been saying for some time, but we are, believe it, we are. Nancy, you had a great idea of once a month trying to make like a support group or a help group, or I don't know how to call it, but yeah, let's do that. I think that's a great idea. And
yeah, definitely. And being this our first show, Pepe and everybody, I do want to dedicate it to our friend and team member Cynthia Saldana.
Yes.
who sadly passed away of COVID. And yesterday when I was doing the flyer and I was putting Roxy's picture, I was looking at Roxy's trunks and it had Cynthia's name on it. So I'm sure Cynthia took pictures of each one of you because she loved the Greenbelt Challenge. But I also told myself yesterday that I was gonna stop being sad about her. That's it. We're gonna remember her with happiness. We're gonna remember her smile. And I know that she will always be present with us in some way or another because she loved the Greenbelt Challenge. And like Pepe said, Cynthia's a great example of she was an angel here on earth. And just because she's physically not here anymore, she will still be here taking care of everybody. And if Pepe allows it, if Mauricio allows it, and we do have the 6th annual Greenbelt Challenge, I do want to honor our friend Cynthia Saldaña this year for everything she did for all of you.
She did a lot. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you guys for being here, and we'll keep in touch. We look forward to seeing what you guys will be doing in the future. And we hope that this idea that just flourished today about the support group, we hope you guys can be a part of it. Do you guys have any last messages before we sign off?
I do. I just want to give you guys thanks for allowing me to be part of this. We're in. If you guys want to meet 1 month, let us know and we're in. I think I speak on behalf of us. It's our honor, and we're glad that you guys are making this to like help other amateurs as well. Not just you're helping us a lot, but not just us, but others amateurs as well. Thank you guys so much. Pepe, you own my heart. You're amazing. Nancy, you too. Thank you guys for being such amazing role models. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marilyn.
No.
Like what Marilyn said, I'm really grateful to be on this live with you guys. I'm really appreciative of what you guys have done for us amateurs. Not too many kids have this opportunities to be with you guys. Not too many kids have the people around us like we do. So I'm very thankful for that. And we pray that, and I hope and pray that this is just the beginning for us.
Awesome.
I'd like to, I said, again, I say thank you again. I really appreciate that I'm part of this. And like you said, if you're having the next WBC tournament, I would like to be part of it to honor in her memory. Nancy, thank you so much for always reaching out to me. It's been like 3 years since I've done the show, and you still reach out to me. You still put me on posters. You still put me on banners. And I really appreciate you for advertising me and getting me out there as a female. You've done a lot, and you helped me grow myself as well. My Instagram, the people that know me, you've helped put my name out there, and I really appreciate that. And Pepe, you're always smiling. You're always full of light. You're like medicine, and I really like this ray of light of sunshine, and you're always happy, and it brings me in a good mood as well. In this WBC tournament, I'm glad you guys took. When I first heard it went to the amateurs, I was so excited for that. And it means a lot to me. I even have it right here, the bow, it's right there. You guys like it? I don't think I can. Oh yeah, it's right here with my stuff. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Oh,
so I
that's
have my little
amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Are those your hand wraps from that day?
Yeah, I think these ones are right here. This one's from another tournament, I believe. So yeah.
That's awesome.
But I really appreciate it, and I was very excited to be part of that. Like only a few people are part of it, and thank you guys so much. It means a lot. And for anyone watching on Facebook or whoever watches it later, thank you guys for supporting us as amateurs. And if anyone is ever struggling with something, feel free to message me. I'll be there. And that's it.
And there are a lot of messages on Facebook, and there's people that you made cry, Roxy. Hilda Arroyo is crying too. So there's a lot of messages. If you guys have it, go and check them out. There's a lot of support, and Pepe will be uploading this on YouTube, on the official WBC YouTube, right, Pepe?
Yes. Yep.
Later on. Thank you guys for being here, and most definitely we can't wait to have you guys back, and please count on us for anything you need. For everyone watching live on Facebook, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for all the shares and all the comments and all the likes and all the support for the amateurs. And remember these names, because this is the future, and they're coming stronger than ever.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for
Bye,
being here.
guys.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Hope to
Bye.
see you soon.
Thank you.
Keep safe.
Bye.
Keep
Thank
fighting.
you.